I don't want to say tactics with a negative connotation, but what are some of the ways that you've noticed insurance companies dealing with claims as far as certain pitfalls to be on the lookout for from a claims standpoint as far as medical treatment is concerned?
Okay. Well, I mean, first I could say, God, we could probably write a book about the tools and tactics. Like tactics, like you said, kind of sounds, confrontational, but insurance is a business.
Yeah.
They're trying to save money. They're not in the business of paying claims. They want to cash your premium checks and minimize what they pay out. So I'm sure we could talk about it for days. But there's probably about, 5 or 6 things I've kind of keyed in on that are some tactics that they use to either discount your claim, discount your damages, stuff like that. So, before we get into medical, I want to kind of talk about what kind of happens first.
Yeah.
One of the first ones I would say that they do is kind of this like rush to get everything done. We have some clients that, they'll get calls within 24 hours of an accident from the at-fault driver's insurance company. And usually in that phone call, they're trying to resolve the case right there. They'll usually try to offer some money to the claimant and, try to get a release, within the first phone call, just so that they don't have to deal with it.
And not to cut you off, but so, you would be hearing about this secondhand after they make initial contact with the claimant or, potential claimant before a claim has even been officially started. But what have you been told by clients that as far as how that conversation goes? Do they, on the front end, do they say, we're talking about resolving this matter right now? Do they mention that it would release any, just how does that conversation go about? Because I've never been party to one myself.
Most of from what my clients say is, those first contacts, they're wanting to get a statement. Okay.
Right.
And I'll talk a little bit more about that later because, the more information you give them, the more it can be twisted. But they're trying to get some information about what happened. They want to get a statement from their driver and the injured party just to see, if those statements kind of mesh as to what happened. So they want to get a statement. Okay. Then usually they're offering some sort of money to resolve that case. And that may be part of a release and then a cash payment that's issued right then, and that's kind of the problem with these is that $1,000, $2,000, something like that is very tempting to a lot of people, especially when it's just happened and they're like, send me a couple $1,000.
Yeah.
And I also think the insurance company, what they want to do is they want to get the case settled for as cheaply as possible, but they're also wanting to, get it handled before an injured person has the opportunity to speak to a lawyer. I think these insurance companies know that once a lawyer gets involved, they're not going to be able to play these games and they're not going to be able to settle this case for, pennies on the dollar of what it's worth. I think that's kind of the main problem here is that, you should be cautious that those first contacts are going to be trying to get you to settle the case because if you think about it, if you just pause and think about it, why are they trying to do it? And when you think about why they're trying to do it, they're trying to save money and they're trying to preclude you from having an attorney kind of advise you, then you should take a step back.